Okay, so day 2 of our SoCal Six Flags Cedar Fair World Tour. We're at a higher elevation, but at a much hotter temperature. So we're gonna brave the magic of this mountain and hope to God we don't die of heat exhaustion. Without any further ado, let's begin. So it's not really super crowded by like Magic Mountain standards because this is a big theme park, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a pain in the arse to get in.
Language.
It's about 1 o'clock now, so they had all the gates closed except for one, but the cones.
They were cones.
Were wide enough to where people were expecting there to be 3 gates open, so they would come up and cut in line, and it was a whole thing. But we're in now, and we're already feeling the heat. We should probably get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, good one.
Not been in the park 2 minutes and she's already ditched me. But we're with Harley today again, so that means it's carousel time. Harley, how is that carousel compared to the one at Knott's? Is that just as good or better? Harley says no. First things first though, we're gonna start our journey up at Samurai Summit, and the only way to get up there in any temperature over 70 degrees is the Magic Mover. It's so nice that they actually put this thing up because it was closed for a long time.
Six Flags Plaza offers
That was
a classic
no
ride
bueno
on the
times.
restored night.
So while we're up here, I'll get right down to it. The reason why we came here today instead of Universal is because Six Flags decided to just go ahead and unleash the Kraken of Fright Fest news. With that, we got all the mazes and the scare zones and all the info that we're gonna need prior to the panel at Midsummer Scream. With that, we got Willoughby's Resurrected coming back. Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna be the side that you enter in this year again, like it was a couple years ago. Last year, you entered on that side. But this year, I see the maze occupancy sign in front of that door, so it looks like they're going back to the style they had a couple years ago, which honestly, I like that one better, the one in 2023.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
And what's the phrase that we say all the time? When in Rome?
Well, when in Rome.
Do as the Romans do, I think is what it is. And there ain't nobody on this ride, so let's ride Ninja real quick. The odds for this ride aren't great. It's a bumpy ride, but it's pretty fun still. And now,
We wait.
back to Fright Fest news. One thing that they did not mention in their little media blitz was Sewer of Souls coming back. As of right now, we've got one haunted house up here, and that's Willoughby's. Sewer of Souls doesn't seem like it's on that list. Hopefully they get something up here. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, Sewer of Souls not coming back. That's a shame. You know what they should have done is seize the opportunity to make a deceased maze right here in the old Superman Escape from Krypton ride.
What is that, an apostrophe? I think you mean an epiphany.
Because I think that queue is essentially 2 different sides, right? So you can go all the way up to the front and then bring people all the way back. The line system, I don't really know how that would work, but I think up here, this would have been a sick place to put deceased.
I'm a genius!
I tell you what, the only thing worse than going up this mountain is having to go down this mountain in the sun.
You lack discipline.
Some people have the right idea about walking up backwards, but if I try to do that on the way down, that could spell trouble for everyone, including myself. Some of these wait times aren't that bad, but then some of them are a little bit outrageous. Twisted Colossus is down to 40 now. And you know, you got rides like Gold Rusher and Viper that are walk-ons. Ninja was basically a walk-on. The last 20 minutes, I don't even know if I believe that, but it's really not that bad here. I think the heat's kind of scaring a lot of people away. 100-degree day? No problem. We'll just close down Jetstream. Okay, shortcut through the air conditioning for a second. One thing I'll never understand is when you make a theme park in a place that's notoriously hot like Santa Clarita, and you design an entire land on one side that's just concrete and no shade, and you really think it's going to be appealing to people. That being said, West Coast Racers is like a 45-minute wait, so I don't know. Horror Emporium is still closed. I'm expecting this to be open probably after Midsummer when they announce all the merch stuff, and then they can have their big summer blowout.
Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
Something else we were just announced we were not going to get back was we're not getting back Army of the Dead, but it doesn't look like we're also getting back Nocturnal Hunt. So this whole section back here looks like it's just going to be nothing this year. Which, look, to be honest with you, I'm kind of okay with that because look, these mazes were never open last year anyway. So let's just call a spade and just say that this place here is a failure and move on to more important parts of the park. One thing they did announce though, scare zone called Thunderbolt Alley, which has like a rockabilly theme. I'm assuming it's going to be put back here because the scare zone they had back here wasn't announced at all. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a new scare zone back here, which will be very cool, but it's going to be weird to come back here and not have any mazes at all, just a scare zone. Holy jeez, that area is relentless. We need a hero. So my hot take from last year is that I didn't think Trick or Treat was all that bad. Now, a lot of that had to do with them utilizing the hissing sounds, the jump scares, and the strobe lights to maximize the effect of the jump scares.
Thank you, Wonder Woman.
That being said, I think it's going to be a really good idea to have the Scary Farm teams come over here and help them with Trick or Treat because it looks like already it's going to be 100 times better. This isn't really the same facade. It's a little bit different, but it looks a little bit more three-dimensional even at this point. It looks like the entryway is going to be through the house and then the exit's going to be through the same place it was last year. But I look forward to this. This is going to be probably the sleeper of the year. Just my hot take.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And speaking of maze facade upgrades, holy cow, will you look at the facade on Saw now. That is 110 times better. We're getting a little bit different of a storyline playing out. This is like Legacy of Saw. So essentially kind of the same thing, but I think the story is going to be just a little bit different. I really look forward to this one because this one wasn't all that bad either. Suffice it to say, it wasn't the best Saw maze I've ever been through, looking at you Halloween Horror Nights, but I think this one might give some mazes in Southern California a run for their money this year. Just saying. And the top billing for Fright Fest this year is a maze they call Carnage.
I loved Carnage.
Brought to you by M&M's, by the way. This is some sort of origin story about an evil clown that's basically possessing you as you walk through the maze more and more, turning you into its evil follower. I guess the tagline is, "This is your origin story." So we're not getting Stranger Things back this year, obviously, and for good reason. And I'm assuming since Carnivale
Nope.
Say my name.
is right here in Gotham City, we're gonna get the big baddie clown of all time, Carnage, right here in this warehouse. I could be wrong, but all signs point to Carnage being right here where Stranger Things used to be. Get ready to be bad. Speaking of Carnival, I still can't stress enough how awesome the scare actor troupe is here. The Slider Show is probably the best you'll see in Southern California, and the scare actors here are amazing. The clown troupe here is second to none. So Six Flags has that working in their favor. This spot right here has potential to be the best spot in the whole park during Fright Fest. And fitting that in the shadows, you got the bats here just keeping track, making sure that Gotham is always gonna be safe. Part of me was hoping that Harley would be asleep by the time we got to this part of the park, but she's not. And because of that, we're gonna go ride the whistle stop train. Oh, so we also got the announcement of Plaza de los Muertos. So at least we're getting one of those scare zones at one of the parks. The lights are already up for the entryway to it. Hopefully they can draw a little bit more attention to it this year because it was kind of flown over last year because it was just kind of hidden back here in the corner. So hopefully maybe a little bit louder, a little bit more robust in the visuals department. Now on to the rest of Bugs Bunny World. Oh man, do these showers work? I could use a shower. I think today is the day we test Harley's metal with Elmer Fudd's weather balloons. What is that castle facade behind the Sylvester and Tweety Bird ride? And who is that for?
That detective.
Is the right question.
So we've officially reached the point where Harley can ride more rides than I can. 13 months old. One more Looney Tunes ride for Harley for good measure. She loves this ride, Taz Trucking Company. And I feel like the coverage for this future coaster area is gratuitous at this point. They still haven't made any progress on it at all since demoing this side of the mountain, leaving the stairs here, and a lot of the cinder blocks too. My guess is they're still up in the air about what they're even gonna put here. Whatever they put in here, they've got the option to put one or maybe even two rides if they wanted to. There's a lot of real estate in this area here. But this is where they're at, and they've been in this stalemate for almost, what, a year or so? Hopefully we see some movement on this area soon. Maybe after Fright Fest. Also with the announcements of all those new mazes, we got the announcement that these three are gonna be coming back. That is Condemned, Truth or Dare, and Vault 666. Those will all be coming back. Same bat time, same bat channel. So expect those to pretty much be the same as they've been. And because it's blazing hot, we don't wanna go all the way around there. So instead we're gonna go through the air-conditioned Coaster Candy Store.
Missed it by that much.
But it's blazing hot outside, so we're gonna run for cover in the sanctuary of an air-conditioned Toyota Highlander. So until we see you up here on the mountain, down at the studios, or even further down at the farm, we will catch you all on the flippity flop.